What is up, my fellow gamers? In today's video we got our best beginner's guide for the brand new game Puzzles and Chaos Frozen Castle. As you can hear from my voice, I'm still extremely sick. I did go ahead and decide to throw the camera on. I probably look awful and I feel still very awful, but we'll try and get through this as quick as possible. I'm playing this on LD Player Emulator. I'll have a link to this down below in the description box. It is an affiliate link. If you go ahead and click that link, it will take you to LD Space, which will then let you go ahead and download it. So there's only one coupon code that I was able to find. We're gonna click on settings. We're gonna go to where it says redeem code. You're gonna type in all capital letters PNC Go. Make sure they're all capital. You're gonna go ahead and then click confirm and you will get the gift pack. The game is a little bit weird because the gift is not actually sent to your mail. So after you enter this code, I don't even know exactly what you get, which is pretty weird, I know. But you do get some things. I imagine the items that you get are just instantly put on your bag, and I think it's just like resources and stuff. I'm not exactly sure what it is. You want to make sure you get in the newest server possible. When I first started playing this game, it actually ended up putting me in like server 5, which wasn't even the newest server. So just go into settings after you get through that like 5-minute tutorial before you get super deep in the game. Click on manage character, go to create new character, and just take a look and see what the newest realm is. The newest realm currently right now is realm 8. That is the one that I am in. That is the one that I have this account in. So you'll see this one is when I first started the game. It put me in realm 5. So I was like, I want to get, you know, the best start as possible and even start with other players. Definitely just check to make sure you're in the newest server. Next thing I want to go over is the fact that this game is a bit different from other base building war games. It does have a lot of similarities, but it does have some very different things involved with it. Let's take a look at some of the best buildings that we're going to be upgrading. Now, I haven't gotten super duper far. There's still a few extra buildings that I need to unlock. But the ones that are really going to be important is the Well of Life. This is going to generate us the XP potions for our heroes. This is passively. So you want to make sure these are always upgraded as high as you possibly can. And then the other building is going to be the Embassy. This is the building that has to do with our alliance help and our alliance time. This is another one where you want to have this maxed out as high as possible. That way you're getting the most reductions in your time when it comes to buildings as well as research. Now, the Arcane Guild is your research center, and this one works a little bit differently because as you go ahead and upgrade this, you don't actually get any like real benefits. You just have to reach certain increments and then you unlock new research trees. So upgrading this doesn't actually give you like increased research speed or anything else. So you don't necessarily need to get this to like a super duper high level. As far as research goes, the first one you definitely want to do is going to be construction and research in the development area. That's the two that I'm working on now. Next one we have is economy. This one is like, I don't really usually do economy. I usually stay away from it. That's just kind of like a pass for me. We also have combat. Defense is one that a lot of base building war games don't necessarily have. There's like some games that are very heavily involved with the defense aspect, and then a lot of other games where it's like almost useless to try and focus on defense. This game seems like there's a lot of good defensive buffs to it, along with a defensive wall that you can build that can really like help protect your city. So defense is definitely worth looking into investing in because you're getting stuff like healing, your siege defender attack, siege defender defense, and stuff like that. So this is definitely like, seems to be a more defensive style of base building war game. Now, once you do go ahead and start leveling up your account, you're going to get these talents, and there are 3 different talent trees. And there's also some talent pages, so you can kind of change these up, but you do have to be VIP 9 before you reach that talent page 2. So I'm not spending any money in this game. I'm just going to be free to play and just make a couple of videos. But for this instance, economics right here, this one is a must. Max out construction speed first. And then some of these are kind of iffy, like the food and the wood output isn't really great, but you definitely do want that research speed. And then like the gathering resource one is okay as well. I'm not doing military like really at all because I'm going to be more free to play. If you are going to be spending money in this game, a decent amount, then you're going to want to mostly focus on military because you're going to be attacking a lot of people and you're really not going to worry about like economics or anything like that. You're just going to go straight like a heavy war build. I'm going a more defensive build, going into the balanced tier area. And I'm just going to be focusing on leveling all of these up because there's some really good ones in here. We have Hunt March Speed. I maxed this one out, so we're getting 50% extra hunt march speed. So when we're out there doing our PvE content and attacking monsters, we're getting tons of extra speed. We have wall defense. Like I said, this game seems to be very heavily involved with giving you a lot of buffs defensively. So I'm trying to be more of a defensive player in this instance, and we'll see how it works out. But I'm going to be going through there, and then we have our siege that we can go ahead. These are our siege defenders. And then this is the big one right here, Hunt Focus. It's going to reduce our stamina cost in Monster Hunt by 20%, and it's going to last for 10 minutes. So having this means we're just going to be able to hit a ton of monsters really, really fast, along with the fact that we got that extra 50% march speed as well. But I definitely think the balanced tier area has some really, really good buffs and stats in here that you really should look out for, as opposed to like the military and economy. But definitely take the construction first, at least max this out. Moving on from there, we're going to go over to our heroes, and then I want to jump into some actual puzzle matches so that we can do a few tips and tricks on that as well. Now, these are a few of the heroes that I have unlocked. I don't have like a crazy amount. If you do want to spend money, even a very low spender, $5 will get you this character right here. It's a first top-up pack. Really, really strong hero. Will definitely help out early on for getting through some tough stages, but definitely something that you don't have to buy. You see that I haven't bought it and I've been doing fairly well so far. Now, what you can do though is when you do pull some new heroes, make sure that you go ahead and reset your 2 stars. That way you can kind of get back the XP potions that you dumped into that. That's the next tip is early on, if you have bad heroes, like you're gonna have just the starting heroes, it's okay to invest in them as much as possible because you get 1 free reset per hero. If we click on this, you'll see that we get 1 free reset and I'll get all this materials back. But if you already do 1 reset and you try and do it again, it's then, wait, I already did that one. Let me find somebody who I already reset right here. Now it's gonna cost you 150 diamonds. So really just be careful about that. Just do the 1 free reset and then just start dumping it into like 3-star heroes that you pull, or 4 stars if you get super duper lucky. Now, speaking of diamonds, the next question is, well, what do we use our diamonds on? My number 1 suggestion is going to be your VIP. Go ahead and dump all of your diamonds into your VIP, especially if you are free to play. You're not going to be spending any money. You're not really going to be getting a ton of VIP points for free. So you really want to get your VIP as high as possible. Aside from resource generation, you're also getting like free building speed ups. You can use AP restoration items a certain amount of times. I mean, there's just a bunch of different things, and it only gets better and better as you go ahead and increase this. There's a lot of things that we got to take a look at for our battle map. So the first thing is we need to know the turn order. The way the turn order works is we always have first priority, and then the enemies get a turn. And the way we know when they are going to attack is based on the number right next to the little sword icon. If you see this little sword icon, it is showing a 2. This one is showing a 3. And then if we look at this character on the left, he actually has a 1 and it's blinking red. That means that after we go ahead and make our first move, he is then going to trigger an attack, and then you'll see it resets back to 3. Now this character is going to attack next. So after we go ahead and make one of our puzzle moves, then this monster will attack us next. And it goes on like this, so on and so forth. Now, if you ever see an S, and this is typically for bosses, the S means that the boss is going to do their special ability. So just be on the lookout for that, because you know, some bosses have healing effects, some have some real devastating AoE damage. Next thing is, if you do go ahead and use one of your hero's special abilities, it doesn't count as you actually taking your turn. Our turn is not complete until we switch one of these puzzle pieces and complete a match 3. Until that happens, it is still our turn. You can go ahead and click on any of these monsters and it will give you a detailed breakdown of what type they are, their attack, their defense, their HP, and what specific types of attacks they do. This is really good for just getting to know the monsters that you're going up against. And also it's good for bosses as well. It lets you know what the boss's special ability is. And you can do the same thing with your heroes too. If you click and hold on your heroes, you can get a quick breakdown of your specific hero's special ability, their attack, their defense, their HP. Other thing that we have to take a look at is that when we're doing this, we have our affinity wheels in the top left corner, which is pretty simple. Just kind of look at the color of the ring around them. So you'll see that this guy has a green ring. This means he's like the green affinity. So we usually want to try and pair up red to attack him. Now, the other thing is, if you don't actually have a monster to hit, it's okay sometimes, because what it does is you actually generate energy more if you don't hit a monster. Complete some match 3s in the middle, so that way we could just build up our hero's energy for when we do get to the boss. Now, to see how many waves you have in this match, it's going to be determined in the top left corner. It's right under that affinity wheel. You'll see that right now the 1 is showing that we are in wave 1, then we have wave 2, and wave 3 has the little boss icon next to it. And the other thing is that even if you do have like one of those special icons show up, like if you create one of these crystals, you don't always have to use it right away. A lot of the times it's better to hold it, especially for an instance like this. He's very low health. We have our hero's specials up. We don't really want to waste our specials on someone who's like this low, honestly. I just kind of want to attack him and get him destroyed. Like, okay, so now when we have like a full wave of monsters, now is like a time where we could use our hero's ultimate abilities. You'll see it did not count as our turn, so we can just use their abilities. We might even, no, we're not strong enough. I was gonna say maybe we'll be strong enough to destroy them without even having to take a turn, but no. See, this guy still has a little bit of health left. Even in this instance, like I could use this, which is honestly fine too, because now we're just going to generate a lot. See how much energy we generated? Now all of our heroes have their ultimates up. So we really just have to strategize and see like what you kind of personally need in this instance. Sometimes you need to do that. Sometimes it's better to wait. It really just depends on what wave you're facing, what heroes you have. There's just a lot of different things for me to necessarily tell you a one plan strategy that works all the time. But that is it for right now. I'll try and make some more videos over the weekend. Hopefully I'll be feeling better. Hope you guys and girls enjoyed the video. Stay happy, stay safe, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.